You can't deny the fact that that one and only Catholic church in Gaza was bombed, was attacked. You can't deny the fact that churches have been targeted in the West Bank as well. People can lie to us as much as they want, but the videos are out there.
How do you blow up a church if you've got munitions, laser-guided munitions that are so sophisticated that they can take out, a guy in an SUV from 30,000 feet? How do you blow up a church with a giant cross on top of it?
It was just an accident, Tucker. It was an accident.
It's not the first church.
No, it's not. And it wasn't an accident.
What is the answer? Can anyone get an answer?
I know the answer. Israel wants a Jewish state, and they want to expand. They have something known as the Greater Israel Project. They intend to annex the whole of the West Bank. In fact, Miriam Adelson legally bribed Donald Trump to ensure that that happens. And Israel announced that that's what they're going to do, and they're doing it.
What a perfect setup. Chuck's smartass intelligence remarks on Rachel Maddow's show are coming back to haunt him. You've got to watch the reaction.
At a time when trust in the intelligence community, unfortunately, is at an all-time low. Chuck Schumer admitted a few years ago.
Take on the intelligence community. They have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.
We are going to fight this fight. I am going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win.
Oh, we are so We are doomed.
For too long, faulty, inadequate, or weaponized intelligence have led to costly failures and the undermining of our national security and God-given freedoms enshrined in the Constitution.
Take on the intelligence community. They have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them. And we need the intelligence community. We don't know what's going on. Look at the Russian hacking. Without the intelligence community, we wouldn't have discovered it.
Do you think he has an agenda to try to dismantle parts of the intelligence community? I mean, this form of taunting hostility.
Whether you're a super liberal Democrat or a very conservative Republican, you should be against dismantling the intelligence community.
What were you doing on that day?
On that day specifically, responding to preparing to mobilize and deploy the National Guard once we got the lawful request from the local governing authority, which was the mayor of D.C. and the Speaker of the House.
Now, how many days in advance were you working to prepare the Department of Defense to help secure the Capitol on January 6th?
Days in advance, Senator. We were in the Oval Office on an unrelated national security matter with the President of the United States, the Secretary of Defense, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and myself. And the President authorized up to 20,000 plus National Guardsmen and women to secure any security measures necessary related to the Capitol. So we were moving to the fullest extent of the law before the requisite request came from a local governing authority days ahead of time.
And while you were Chief of Staff at DOD, how many times did DOD approach Capitol Police and ask if they needed National Guard assistance?
I believe those letters are well documented, numerous instances, and numerous of those instances, those requests were shut down.
Now, am I correct that the Capitol Sergeant at Arms said assistance was unnecessary?
That's correct, Senator.
Who did the Sergeant at Arms report to?
The Speaker of the House.
That would have been Nancy Pelosi at the time. Is that correct?
Yes, Senator.
And would that also be Chuck Schumer, then the Senate Majority Leader?
The Sergeant at Arms, yes, Senator, reports up there.
Did Mayor Bowser, the Democrat elected mayor in D.C., either request or allow National Guard assistance?
She put in writing on the days leading up to January 6th, a declination for National Guard additional support. And that letter is available publicly to the world.
So, and just to speak English for folks at home, a declination meant she said no, don't send National Guard. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
let me ask you a simple question, because from the questioning from my Democrat colleagues, they might think otherwise. Do you condemn violence against law enforcement?
All of it.
Watching the world burn, watching the world burn. July 28th, 2025. Let's get into it. I put that video up front because I've told you many times my pronoun is asshole. Just ask my ex-wife. She'll say he's an asshole. Hell, ask my dead mother when you get over there. She'll say my son is an asshole. So anyway, because I wanted to piss the Christians off. Because then if you go to a church, I imagine you have never entered into a discussion about the fact that the Israelis are destroying Christian artifacts, Christian churches. They're supporting the Syrians. They don't care that the Syrians are killing Christians by the hundreds or thousands. Hell, Israelis are killing Christians. You know, Christians are dying everywhere. and when you go to church, there won't be a word about it. They'll just sit on their billy puppet and you'll hear, Madeline, Madeline, did you bake that pie? That was the best pie I ever had. That's all the conversation you're going to get in a Christian church. Nothing of consequence, nothing about what's going on in the world. You know, if I could go to a church and they'd say, you know what, we stand against the genocide of the Palestinians, and we have an organization that you can support, maybe not with money, but you know, with your efforts, and we can smuggle some food into Gaza. You know, that would be a great thing. Boy, I'd be at that church in a heartbeat. I'd be at that church. Alrighty, I wanted to hit up front so that you hang around to the end of the video. We're going to hit on Ghislaine Maxwell. And I got a post. I wasn't going to bring the phone or do a reading from the phone from X until just before this hike, there was a huge post on Epstein, or Epstein, however you want to pronounce that. And I thought, man, if this is true, Trump may just pull it out. He may get a lot of his MAGA base back. Like I said, he's not going to get the Arabs back. And a lot of the youth vote is gone. But I don't know. You know, they might come around if they see some good coming out of the Trump administration. So, but I did want to just point out something to you that I don't think people, or I haven't seen anybody point it out. How is Maxwell still alive? I mean, when you look at the Clintons, you know, you ever looked at the go Grok or Google, whatever you want to use, DuckDuckGo, Google the Clinton death list. How many people have died around the Clintons? In fact, I got a post when I do the reading. There was a lawyer associated with Obama that just died mysteriously. If you want to go do the Obama death list. So how in the hell is Maxwell, who's been in prison? I mean, you know how easy it is to shank somebody in prison. How is she still alive? Well, she's got some sort of protection, obviously, right? I think she's got a dead man switch. If you're not familiar with a dead man switch, that means that upon her death, certain information is going to be released that would rock the world. And that's the only way that she could still be alive. I mean, otherwise, and then of course, when we get to the end of the video, she evidently was very frank with the Trump's people. So we'll see. Maybe we are going to get something out of this Epstein thing. Let's talk about the video studio for just a bit, because I always try to help you up front before we get into all the news. And anyway, I had 2 old servers, and by the way, I found 10 hard drives. I can't believe I did. Boy, I tell you, when you rip an old computer apart, you're like, damn, I didn't even know this was in here. Some of them weren't even hooked up. I'm like, man, I guess back in the day, when I was writing my book, I was in a hurry to get those servers up and running, and I left some of the hardware not really functional. Just a cute story on me. But anyway, if you're running Windows 10 on an old computer, you know that Windows 10, they're not going to support it with any updates, security updates after, I think it's October of this year. So really, Windows 10 is a deprecated operating system. Okay, and on that old hardware, for whatever reason, it wouldn't allow me to upgrade to Windows 11 because Windows 11 was not backward compatible with that old hardware. So it's becoming upon you to switch over to Linux. That's the operating system that you're going to want. And like I said in previous videos, Ubuntu. I'm sorry, the Ubuntu universe has a lot more tools and support than the Mint. I like Mint a lot. And Mint I will be running in virtual machines, but you're gonna want to install Ubuntu on an old computer once. So I got 3 computers that I'm putting together for my video studio. Now, one thing that I did want to do, and I did some research for you that you're going to want to think about, was I want to use a wireless connection on those servers so that I could sit in my Florida room and with the keyboard, of course I got a wireless keyboard, sit there with the keyboard in my lap with an HDMI cable and run that computer onto my 65-inch TV as a monitor, and maybe have a monitor in there as well. And but the only way to do that is you got to get a USB wireless device. And so I started researching them, and I called up Netgear. I'm just trying to help you here a little bit too, so you can upgrade your computer hardware. So I called Netgear and I said, look, I need a USB wireless adapter that'll work with Linux. Netgear doesn't sell one. Now, why was I going to Netgear? Because my router is from Netgear. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've used a Linksys router, and I'm going to tell you, Netgear is the cat daddy. I wouldn't bother with anything but a Netgear router. I never liked Linksys. And then, of course, I think there's Asus routers, whatever. It's up to you. But anyway, so I wanted to stick with the Netgear line, but I couldn't do it. So after doing a whole bunch of research, it seems like for Linux, there are no Wi-Fi 7 adapters that I can find. If you know of one, please leave a comment in this video. So, but I did find some really good videos on Linux adapters. And the one I'm probably going to go with is the Alpha, A-L-F-A. And that's www.alpha.com.tw. Now, I'll put that in the video so that you can go there and take a look at their USB wireless devices. The nice thing about them is not only are they compatible with Linux, but if you want to find a good video on YouTube, you can actually configure them to scan networks around you. So they're good for hacking also. You know, if you're not familiar with Kali Linux, that's a hacking or penetration testing environment. So, it's always nice to have a little added bonus or bad benefit. By the way, heat index, 110 degrees today. I'm telling you, I got a big old thing of water, and you see I'm moving awful slow. But anyway, now that we got that out of the way, so the Alpha, it's the AWUS036AXML. And then, of course, there's also the Bros Trend, AS5L. And then you got the AX1800 USB, which is a Wi-Fi 6. So the best I can do for Linux is a Wi-Fi 6. If you're not familiar, you've got 2.4 gigahertz, you got 5 gigahertz, 6 gigahertz, and the new standard for Wi-Fi is 7. I guess I would imagine that's 7 gigahertz. So if you were going to run Windows, get the 7. I'd probably go with the Netgear USB, but then you're limiting yourself. The good thing about these Linux devices is that they will also run on Windows. So you're not limited in the operating system that you run. All right, so I could put that piece of note in my pocket. Let's get into the video now, because we're going to talk about some things. First off, I always got to start bashing Democrats because I'm an asshole. And this is a little video by Lindy Lee. I'm going to read it to you and then we'll play the video. Democrats are so damn desperate. Hunter Biden is melting down. DNC can't raise money. They can't get any votes. They can't get on message. So all Dems do is lash out against critics. After all, it's easier to destroy the critic than accept the truth. Let's watch that Lindy Lee video. I tell you, nothing better than a woman scorned, baby.
I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings.
Colbert could not hide his constant rage that Donald Trump was president.
He perpetrated a lie. He told the American people that Biden was fit, and he has yet to apologize for that.
Him, and everybody around him.
You know, I did watch that and think, he's got a point.
You can't just rewrite history to fit whatever convenient narrative that you want.
That's what you do, Lindy. That's what you're known for, rewriting history.
There's now a genuine bona fide superstar in the game, and I don't care about skin color. She's fantastic.
Can we put this into perspective? Because the WNBA is making $200 million a year versus $10 billion for the NBA. So when they wear T-shirts that say "Pay us what you owe us," it actually means you should give us a pay cut.
Woo, wasn't that great? All right, so the next one, this is getting on to the Maxwell theme. And if you're not familiar with Whitney Webb, definitely look her up. I tell you what, there are some brilliant people in this world. And Data Republican and Whitney Webb, I don't know, God just blessed them with the intellect that's, you know, Einstein level intellect. And Whitney Webb, she's able, I don't know how in the hell, through open source research, she's able to find things out about, you know, conspiracies and things that, it's just amazing. If you ever get a chance to watch her on YouTube, if she's ever on as a guest, which is, I've only seen her as a guest speaker. I don't even think she has a YouTube channel, but let's read what she says about Jolene. Jolene will do anything to negotiate her release and or prevent her from being harmed in prison if she believes her life is in danger. This is the ultimate way to both avoid releasing the bulk of Epstein's documents still held by the government and still seem like they are pursuing justice in the case. Don't be fooled. Maxwell will name the names she's told to do. She doesn't end up like her father, Epstein or Jean-Luc Brunel. Now, if you're not familiar, her father mysteriously suicided off of a boat. Yeah, just like Epstein suicided in his cell. That's what I'm saying is the death list. You know, you got the Clinton death list and the Obama death list. And we're going to get into that post in a bit because I'm not so sure that something might have come out of that interview with Maxwell. We'll see. We'll see. The truth has a way out. What was it? Somebody, I responded to a post, and I just want to point this out to you, that Satan is the prince of lies. He is the prince of lies. And most Democrats worship Satan. But God is the king of truth. And that's why eventually the truth always comes out, because God is the king. And yeah, the prince of lies can sway people, well, especially Democrats, into believing whatever they believe. But God, in the end, is the king of truth. And I just thought that was kind of a neat thing. So, by the way, if you're on X, I wonder if I should take that path. No, let's just keep going. I want to get to that picnic table for the reading. It's a long ways away. We're going to be out. I got an early start today, so we're going to be hiking a good 4 or 5 hours. Because when I'm moving this slow, I can hike for a long time. You know, it's when I pick up the pace that the things get crazy. But so I'm getting people in my feed that I've never heard of before, and I love it. I like hearing from all sorts of different sources. So this is Humble Flow. And this was a good point. He says, in 1970, a single income could buy a house, a car, and put 3 kids through school. Today, 2 incomes barely cover the rent and daycare. What the fuck happened? Good question. So, you know, when you crunch the numbers, think about it. An ounce of gold back then, well, but see, in 71, I want to say it was around $200, $300, $400. So, if you're earning minimum wage, which was about $2 an hour back then, you know, after about a week of work, you could afford 1 ounce of gold, perhaps. And then look at today. An ounce of gold, well, I had the prices. Where did I put them? Hold on. Oh, yeah, gold's at $3,349. Silver, as of the making of this video, is at $38.35. and platinum is at $1,416. So when you consider you have to be making about $150 an hour now and work a whole week, 40 hours, to buy 1 ounce of gold. So it really hasn't changed, but just look at how much that dollar has devalued when you think about it. You know, so this was a good post, kind of got me thinking about it. By the way, this is, I looped this twice. So if you're seeing the same thing, this was some banned footage of what Iran did to Israel. Now, Israel says they're going back to war with Iran. You know, I know Trump is putting every weapon in our stockpile and giving it to Israel. So I imagine they should be armed to the teeth here before too long to be able to go back to war with Iran. But this is a video that was banned, and I found it. And this shows the strike. And I'll just read it to you. Banned footage shows Iranian missiles pounding the Hafia oil refinery during the 12-day war. Israel's Channel 13 just aired the previously censored video. Key energy sites still out of action after 3 direct impacts. Let's watch that video now. Woo, wasn't that insane? Those missiles coming in. Oh my God. I wanted to defend Dan Bongino. He's getting a lot of flack because he put up kind of a cryptic message on X saying that, you know, he's seeing a lot of that he never thought he'd ever see or something like that. And everybody's going, well, what is it that you're seeing, you know? Well, Dan's being, I mean, I don't understand why Kash Patel is not giving us any information, but maybe he's just depending on Dan Bongino. But let's read this post by Dan. It says, another update for you on our efforts to defend the homeland and protect the American people from foreign intelligence agents. Yesterday, Qingang Gong, a Chinese national residing in California, pled guilty to theft of trade secrets. He downloaded thousands of files related to technologies developed to detect, track, and evade nuclear, ballistic, hypersonic, and heat-seeking missiles critical for our U.S. military to protect the homeland. These files were worth hundreds of millions of dollars and countless research and development man-hours, according to the victim companies. China's government established... Oh, I'm actually wandering over into the woods. Let me get back on the path. China's government established talent programs with the purpose to identify and recruit science technology experts and give China the advantage by transforming their economy, including military capabilities. These programs are still a problem. Our investigation revealed Gong submitted numerous applications and traveled to China on several occasions to secure talent program funding to develop sophisticated technology to support China's national defense, military, and aerospace efforts. We encourage our partners in the private sector to protect your trade secrets from Chinese Communist Party theft. Reach out to your local FBI field offices if you have any national security concerns, and together with our FBI private sector coordinators, we will protect the homeland from threats, both domestic and abroad. Whew, I know it's a little long. I'd like to highlight the great work done by the FBI Los Angeles and San Francisco. Thank our partners in the case, State Department's Diplomatic Security Service, Homeland Security investigators, and our private sector's partners. God bless America and all those who defend her. So, I wanted to add into my IT career, I mean, when I worked for big corporations, you know, a lot of times as the administrator, I had access to very, very sensitive information that could really blow up the corporation or blow up even the federal government when I worked for NSA or Cruise Missile Project, you know. And but the thing that really baffled the hell out of me, because of course I would never exploit that data. That's just me, because I'm a patriot. I'm, you know, I love my God. I love Jesus. But these corporations, in order to save money, they're always bringing in foreign nationals, especially from India, because they work cheap. You know, like I said, when I left one corporate job, they brought in 3 people from India to replace me. Now, those people have no allegiance to the United States that these corporations are employing in their IT departments. Yeah, they're cheap labor, but don't you think they're going to sell any information they come across? Because number one, they're working for about 1/3 of what I was making. And so that in order to supplement their income, what better way than to sell that technology to the highest bidder? So corporations, in trying to save money, slit their own throats. And it's the same with the federal government. Just saying. Just wanted to throw that out. Let's see. This is a neat picture. This is what I was talking about. Former Jeffrey Epstein lawyer, Roy Black, reported dead inside his home. The attorney represented Epstein and was instrumental in defending him in court. This has got to be more than a coincidence. Like I said, everybody died. I mean, anybody associated with Clinton or Obama dies. And of course, you got the picture of him right there for you to look at. So he's dead. By the way, I'm sorry to say Hulk Hogan's gone. Ozzy Osbourne's gone. Boy, I tell you, a lot of big names are dropping like flies. You know, boy, I'll miss Ozzy. Certainly miss Hulk Hogan. Man, remember that scene? Maybe I'll put it in the video. Remember the scene? Yeah, I'll put it in. I'm going to get it. Let's watch that scene now.
Thunder Lips is here. In the flesh, baby.
Oh, my God.
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
Boy, he is a monster. How much would you take even to get in the ring with him?
Would you like to start in Fort Knox?
In the white corner, an incredible sight, standing nearly 7 feet, weighing 390 pounds, the undisputed wrestling champion of the world.
It's the biggest arm in the world.
A man who calls himself the ultimate object of desire, the mountain of molten lust, the one, the only, Thunder Lips. Weighing 202 pounds, the reigning heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Balboa. Come to the center of the ring, please.
Okay, come on, Mick.
All right, you guys, you know this is for fun, so take it easy and give him a good show.
Listen, after the match, how about if we get a Polaroid together, okay?
You're in trouble, man. I'm gonna break him in half like this.
Seems like lately everybody wants to beat me up.
This is entertainment. It's fun and games. Stay away. Make faces. Move around the ring. Got it, kid. All right.
He is the ring.
I get nervous every time he does that.
Whoa, you move pretty fast for a big guy, you know that? Listen, why don't we just move around a little bit, you know, like give him a good show. First I'll chase you and you chase me, okay? How's that? All right? Here you go. Is that okay? That hurt, all right? How's that? Okay? Not bad, huh?
Come on, meatball. Come on.
Hey!
Think it's all fake, meatball. All fake.
Oh, my
Thunder Lips has gone absolutely berserk.
Run for your life!
Blast off, meatball.
Russia! Russia! Russia!
Holy smoke! Over the gods, here we go, baby! Lights up, people!
My God, Balboa is really in pain.
No one can believe the superhuman strength of Thunder Lips. I am the man.
Stop it, Lee!
You want this punching bag?
Adrian!
Catch me! That's incredible. Balboa has just heaved clear into the 5th row. Now the fans are outraged.
I'm gonna drag him down now like a dirty rag. You weak Balboa.
Take it easy.
You okay?
The security guard, the Russians, got to stop this war. Flying everywhere. Teeth are flying all over. Are you finished? Security guard flying in the air. That place is a zoo. This place is turned into a zoo. This is very bad. Did you get a doctor? The girls have gotten into it now. They're getting beat up and beating up in return. What do you expect this time? I'll be right back. Maniac, come back here. What are you doing? Come on. Hey, come on. Hey,
Out of the way, worms.
I don't need this. Out now. Rocky hanging on like a bull terrier. Now he's got him in a stranglehold. He's gonna do this. Unbelievable! Rocky actually did it! A human skyscraper has been thrown out of the way! All right, that's it. That's it. Time is up. This come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a draw. A draw. Thank you to all for the 12th annual charity match between the Italian stallion Rocky Balboa and Thunder Lips, the ultimate male. See you next year. Thank God.
Are you all right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good match.
Hey, why'd you get so crazy on me out there?
That's the name of the game.
Well, listen, while you're still calm, can we get that Polaroid together?
Yeah, sure.
Adrian, come on over here. My wife, Adrian. My kid. It's Thunder Lips. Al, would you do that? Okay, that's all right. You know, sometimes charity really hurts.
That was when he threw Sylvester Stallone out of the ring. Wasn't that awesome? My God. My tribute to Hulk Hogan. This next post is from a name that's popping up in my feed. And this is Caitlin Johnstone. Caitlin Johnstone. If you can't follow her on X, I highly recommend it. She's putting up some brilliant posts. And I already informed her that I'm going to use this post in a video, so let's get this out of the way. They're doing it right in front of us. Right in front of us. Whew. Sorry. It is hot, man. It is hot. So many people have dedicated their entire lives working to expose the criminality of the empire. And then the empire comes right out and commits a live stream genocide right in front of us. That's why I can't be around Christians. They're not even talking about the genocide of the Palestinians or the Holocaust or the extermination. You go to a church, man, they're just like, oh, you know, Maud, what did you think of that TV show? What was it? The View. Yeah, I watched The View yesterday. That was really cute. They were going on about this, that, and the other. By the way, The View, from what I understand, is going to get canceled. Thank God. Ooh, talk about being. Can you imagine being married to any woman that on The View? My God, it'd be like being married to my ex-wife. Oh my God. Hey, by the way, the dog's coming back on Monday, so we'll have the dog back in the videos. So, but let's read this post. Criminality. Let's see. I'm just going to read it again. So many people have dedicated entire lives to working to expose the criminality of the empire, and then the empire comes right out and commits live stream genocide right in front of us. Whistleblowers, investigative journalists, authors, documentarians, conspiracy analysts, peace activists, their whole lives devoted to the task of uncovering the crimes of the undeclared empire we live under and drawing attention to them, saying, look, see, we really are ruled by monsters. Only for the monsters to come right out and intentionally starve children to death on all of our screens all around the world. People like me, let me switch hands here. People like me are almost redundant at this current point in history. I've been writing about the depravity of the empire for years. Let's just say Democrats. You know, Democrats are depraved people, man. They are depraved people. We really ruled by the monsters. Let's see. People like me are redundant at the current. I've been writing about the depravity of the empire for years. Thousands of articles, millions of words. I've never said anything that illuminates the reality of our situation nearly as well as the fact that Western governments and media have openly colluded with Israel to exterminate a group of innocent people because they're the wrong ethnicity. Yeah, you think blacks were persecuted? I mean, you know, wait, what the Israel's doing to the Palestinians and the Christian nationals? My God, you know, I bet, like I said, Sean Hannity and Mark Levin and Todd Stearns and Clay and Buck, I mean, they all got to get together and just drink a bottle of champagne because they got to be celebrating the fact that the Palestinians are going to cease to exist. I mean, they're definitely on that boat. I mean, what could I possibly say about that they're not already saying themselves? The message is already there, fully baked, perfect, complete. They're telling us everything we could possibly need to know. There's nothing I could add. That's why I'm reading this post. I mean, this is exactly what I've been doing in my videos. Of course, that's why I'm an asshole. That's why nobody watches my videos. I don't have much use for scripture, but if I had to pick a favorite line from the Bible, it would be, "You will know them by their fruits." Those 7 little words cut through all the lies and distortions of life under the Western Empire because they tell us to stop paying attention to all the spin and PR and justification excuses we hear from the imperial propagandist machine. Just look at the products of the empire on their own. Ignore their words and watch the results of their actions. Those tiny skeletal bodies you're seeing on your social media feed are the fruits of the empire. The shredded, eviscerated, decapitated children you're seeing in footage from Gaza since 2003 are the fruits of the empire. This is known now, and it can never be unknown. As Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. People know themselves much better than you do. That's why it's important to stop expecting time to be something other than who they are. This is who they are. This is who our leaders are. This is who our complicit news media are. This is what Israel is. This is what Zionism is. This is what the empire is. This is what Western civilization is. We know now. We know them by their fruits. This is who they are. This is who they'll always be. This is why it's important never to forget what they've shown us about themselves in Gaza, and to never, ever forgive them. Whew, one hell of a post, huh? These words are something else. When I read this, I was just like, oh my God, I got to make a whole video around this. Let's keep going. because it goes on. Our rulers have shown us that they must not be allowed to rule any longer. The empire has shown us that it should not be allowed to dominate our planet any longer. The apartheid state of Israel has shown us that it should not be allowed to exist any longer. Western supremacism, Zionism, racism, and imperialism have shown us that these things must be eradicated from our world. They have planted the seeds of knowledge inside you about who they are and the status quo we've been asked to consent to. Let those seeds sprout and grow. Tend to them with care. Help them to flourish. Someday the tree they planted in us will bear fruit on its own. And time for a break. We'll get back into the video in just a few. Whew. I tell you, I got to get some water. I'm dying. I don't even know where I'm at when I'm walking around like this. All right, let's just take a break. All right, I couldn't find the post that I was going to read to you, but I did have a couple of X posts that I did manage to save. I don't know. Sometimes the bookmarks, I don't know. But this is I got a picture of Tulsi Gabbard up right now. Is she a lioness or what, man? I mean, that's the most buff-looking woman I've ever seen. And then, of course, General Flynn put this out. This is a funny video from the United Spot. Let's watch that video now.
Former President Obama, a moment ago you said you instructed your team Clapper, Brennan, Rice, Comey, McCabe, Stroh, and Rosenstein not to interfere with the 2016 election. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And they were clear on your orders.
Crystal.
Any chance Clapper ignored your orders and pushed the Russia hoax anyways?
Hey, I followed protocol. The intel was fluid.
Hey, Clapper, shut up. Any chance old man Brennan doctored the Steele dossier to smear Trump?
The dossier was raw intel. I didn't fabricate anything.
Hey, can you shut these guys up? Any chance Rice unmasked Trump's team for political gain?
Unmasking was routine. I protected national security.
Susan. Shh. When you told Comey and McCabe to stand down, any chance they greenlit Crossfire Hurricane anyway?
We investigated based on evidence. Yeah, there was legitimate concerns about Russian ties. We had to protect the Republic.
Hey, Trump, can I get some respect here? I'm the former president of the United States. Think I've earned it.
No, you're not going to get any respect. Not after what you put America through. And you'll address me as President Trump. I think I've earned it. Burn!
Well, we're waiting.
Have you ever lied to a country, Miss Gabbard?
No, sir.
Ever balanced global alliances with drones to take out threats and use racism to control the narrative?
No, sir.
Ever had to make calls to keep Democrats safe while trying to fill your bank account with taxpayer money?
No, sir.
My team always followed orders, Miss Gabbard. They followed orders, or the Democrats failed. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Crystal. But I do have one more question before I call Hillary Clinton and Peter Strzok. If you ordered your team not to spy on Trump's campaign, and your orders are always followed, why was there a Crossfire Hurricane investigation at all?
Well, there were concerns about foreign interference.
But that's not what you said. You said there was no interference. You told Clapper no cyber attacks altered the election.
That's what we assessed in 2016.
Yet you pushed the Russian narrative. Why?
It was a precaution.
A precaution or a coup? Because you said there was no threat. Yet your team launched a years-long investigation.
I recall when
I can have the court reporter read it back to you.
I know what I said. I don't need it read back to me like I'm some
then
kind
why the two stories? Mr. President, why did you...
Sometimes people act on their own.
No, you said your team never acts on their own. They follow orders or the Democrats fail. So why was Trump's campaign spied on?
President Trump, we've got the FISA warrants. And they're riddled with errors. And the dossier has Hillary's fingerprints all over. I did what any patriot would do! Order in the court! Your Honor, we need an answer. America's waiting, Barack. Spill it. Well,
If your team followed orders, then why was Trump's campaign under surveillance?
Well,
You ordered their surveillance, didn't you? Because that's what you told your team to do. And when it started to unravel, you threw your staff under the bus. You falsified classified memos to cover your tracks. You manipulated the intelligence reports. Former President Obama, did you order the surveillance of Trump's campaign?
Obama, you don't have to answer that! I'll answer the question. So America wants answers.
I think America's entitled.
America wants answers?
America wants the truth!
America can't handle the truth!
Hey, is that Obama up there? Hey!
We live in a world of threats, Miss Gabbard. Threats you don't see. Who's gonna handle it? You? You, Joe Biden? I had a greater responsibility to destroy this country than you can possibly fathom. You cry about FISA abuses and dossier lies, but America has the luxury of ignorance, of not knowing that destroying America would make me rich. And I know what I did saved the Democrats. My actions, while grotesque and unpatriotic to you, kept the Democrats safe.
Hey, is this Delaware?
We use words like hope, change, security. They're the backbone of the Democratic Party I defended. You use them as a punchline in your MAGA jokes. I don't have the time to explain myself to a country who rises and sleeps under the blanket of treasonous racist destruction that I provided, then questions me on what I lied about. I would rather you just say thank you and move on, or pick up a drone and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn about what America wants.
President Obama, did you order the Crossfire Hurricane?
You're goddamn right I did. Cash, read this piece of shit his rights.
Wasn't that fantastic? Oh my God! Some people's sense of humor is just blows the mind. And then this man is an Israeli. This is from Adam. This man is an Israeli historian and former IDF soldier. He says that Israel is shamelessly using and hiding behind the Holocaust to commit war crimes, ethnic cleansing, and genocide. They are blackmailing the entire world. Couldn't agree more. Let's watch that video and then we'll finish up here in just a second.
First of all, this term that was used immediately after October 7th and has been recycled over and over, that this is the biggest killing of Jews since the Holocaust. It may be true, it may not, that's not, but it's used for a particular purpose. It's used to evoke the Holocaust, both in the Israeli public and in the international community, not least among Jewish populations in other countries. That is, that Israel is threatened again with another Auschwitz, and therefore it has to do everything that it takes to thwart that threat. And in doing so, it cannot abide by any international rules or regulations. It doesn't have to listen to anyone. The Gentiles stood by when the Jews were killed in the Holocaust, and therefore we can do whatever we believe we need to do. So that's the first sort of what this term evokes. As for the killing of...
A funny story, I got turned around because I was looking for the picnic table. That's why I'm doing a stand-up. I ended up back at the car. It was like, how the hell? I hiked all the way back. So anyway, so I went back out in the woods. We're going to finish up right here. And this is a warning from Putin, because I think that we are close to global thermonuclear war, because Trump wants global thermonuclear war. I hate to say it. But this is Putin's warning to the West. Russia's nuclear submarine fleet is ready for any threat. Our nuclear triad ensures global balance. The West must understand we're building fifth-generation submarines armed with Zyklon and Bulava missiles. Strategic parity will be maintained at any cost. And this is a video from Putin.
Comrades, good afternoon. So today we will discuss a range of issues associated with the development of the Russian Navy, the Russian fleet. We will discuss our progress over the past few years and outline the priorities and the goals in the upcoming future. Russian submarine fleet plays an important key role in ensuring Russia's sovereignty and security in defending our interests. It makes a massive contribution into regional and global stability in maintaining strategic parity. And as I have said on many occasions before, we must have a well-equipped modern fleet that can adequately respond to any threats and risks and challenges both today and tomorrow. That is why improving the capabilities of our Navy, including our submarine fleet, is one of the priority goals for us. Certainly a priority for us. Over the past 6 years, the Russian Navy had 5 new strategic ballistic missile submarines of Bore A class. They became part of the Navy, and several Bore M class vessels as well. So we're moving quite fast. It's a good thing. So this is one of the priority goals for us, strengthening our strategic forces. But a priority here is, of course, to us the construction of strategic nuclear submarines. One of the components, one of the legs of the Russian nuclear triad, which allows Russia to maintain balance of powers in the world. In the nearest future, 4 new submarines will become part of the Russian Navy. 2 of them will be equipped by Bulava missile systems as well as other modern weaponry.
And we got one more. This is, once getting back onto Maxwell, we might as well watch this. This is from Benny Johnson. Breaking: the second meeting between Trump's DOJ and Ghislaine Maxwell has ended. She reportedly asking President Trump for a pardon. Now, in the meeting, I don't know if it's in this video, she revealed 100 names that were on the list, supposedly. And so I think some truth might have come out of the interview. I guess we'll find out eventually. That's it for today. Peace out. Stay free.
New at 2, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche's meeting with convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell has ended. This as critics are calling for more transparency in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Welcome back as we head into hour 2 of America Reports. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. And Bill, great to have you here today.
Great to be with you as well, Sandra. I'm Bill Malugin in Los Angeles. John Roberts has the day off. That meeting Sandra just mentioned just wrapped up moments ago. Maxwell was escorted back to the prison from the courthouse in Tallahassee. Her attorney said they had a, quote, productive meeting with Blanche, but details of their talks still remain under wraps right now.
All right, Fox Team coverage is at the ready. Chief legal correspondent Shannon Bream is live here in New York City, standing by with analysis. But first, let's get to our justice correspondent, David Spunt. He's got the latest from Washington for us. So, David, what else did Maxwell's attorney say?
Well, he said a lot. We wish we could be in and hear what was said in the actual meeting. This meeting was a lot shorter than it was yesterday, but this was a 2-day event. The highlight, though, it appears that her team wants a pardon. Watch.
We're going to take one day at a time. I know that's very cliche, but it's true because things are happening so quickly. We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And you know, listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.